15th of April 2009, Ungulungu Meerkat Group, Meerkat Magic Valley, Meerkat Magic Conservation Project, oudtshoorn, Western Cape, South Africa. Currently 15 animals within the group, and they are foraging for food, very close together today, suggesting a high frequency of food being counted here. There's very little competition between the animals. Foraging competition going on over there. Let's have a closer look. The entire time the rest of the animals are looking for food, there's someone up on guard at the moment, happens to be the dominant male Ilrath. It is very unusual for members of the group to get so close to one another when looking for food. And then you start getting the growling sounds, basically telling each other to stay away from their food. So the same generation of meerkats is not sharing food with one another. In fact, it's the youngest generation that makes a loud provisioning call or begging call or feed me call for the first 3 to 4 months of their lives, and that stimulates older generations to feed the loudest of all of the babies, the most. When it stops calling loudly and it's content, basically eaten well, other animals will be fed who are still calling loudly. And later, when those babies grow up, if they continue to beg for food, they will in fact be chased away and growled at by older animals. So it's the younger generation who usually has preference over food items. They are not that good at finding food for themselves, spend a long time looking for it and have very little success. So older animals spend less time usually looking for food and have more success at finding it, quite often deeper beneath the ground, down to a meter or more. So younger animals are provisioned then, and that gives them enough energy to move around with the group, which can travel great distances in a day. in this area 8 to 10 kilometers a day, 3 or 4 miles on average. Much further than in the Kalahari Desert for some reason. Still being investigated. They're eating lots of millipedes, which is an arthropod, segmented animal with legs on either side of the segment, and it has chemical defenses, so meerkats quite often drag these along the ground to wipe off these defenses. By calling as I approach, I'm able to mask the crunching sounds of my passing, so that the animals don't get disturbed by my presence. Again, the reassurance sound is something I make often, even when animals can't see me, they can hear me. That was a small larva, Coleoptera larva, not that common right now, since there hasn't been much rain for the last few months, so they tend to be much deeper beneath the ground than usual. And tenebrionid beetles and carabid beetles and millipedes are definitely more common as food items at this time of the year. A dung sample is going to be produced here, almost certainly. There we go. It's also a long-term scent patterning by leaving dung in different areas. A key point here is that meerkats do not use communal middens or latrines, and they don't bury their dung or their urine. And that's compost right there for the plant, which has just had the juicy grub removed from it. And that compost is now ready for the next rainfall. Seeds stick to it, spider webs will form over this little hole that's been dug, and the plant will benefit, which will also benefit the meerkats, because then more juicy grubs will arrive to eat the healthy plant. And next time the meerkats come past here, as the farmers of the bushveld, as I call them, in their rotational crop management, the plant will be full of juicy grubs, which means they'll of course have a much higher yield for their efforts of digging around the plant roots and aerating the soil. Pioneer mammals in action, and all these little holes that they're digging, what I like to call micro sluices or stormwater gutters into the ground, like crater plows on legs. Another reason why they're so important to protect in the wild, because they're actually preventing severe soil erosion. Livestock compact, constantly trampling and pecking the ground, and these pioneer mammals, along with many other digging mammals that occur throughout the area where meerkats live, are breaking up this compacted soil and fertilizing it for the plants.